Hi everyone, it is alenajingle back with the next video in the series I'm doing, which is less popular alternatives to the top 100 girl names of 2014. So I've gotten behind a little bit on this series because I've been going through several different illnesses. I had sinus infection, ear infection, etc, etc. And so because of that, I'm cutting it really close to the time that the new list is supposed to come out. So hopefully my goal is to have a new video out in this series every other day leading up to that weekend. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about names 30 through 26. 30 in the year 2014 was the name Scarlett with this spelling. This is a variant of the word scarlet with one T, which of course refers to the dark red color. I am positive the reason this spelling is used so much more than the spelling with one T is because of the character Scarlett O'Hara from Gone with the Wind. I absolutely adore that book and I adore that movie. The character is not a lovable character though, and I personally do prefer the spelling with the one T because it doesn't have that association. There are actually several actresses with this name. Of course, a lot of people associate this name with actress Scarlett Johansson. There's also actress Scarlett Holmes, who was in Reba McEntire's show Reba, and there is Scarlett Byrne, who played Pansy Parkinson in the Harry Potter movies, and two different child actresses named Scarlett Estevez and Scarlett Sperduto. Scarlett is the name of the main character's love interest in 17 Again, the film that stars Zac Efron. Jack White from the White Stripes has a daughter named Scarlett, and Molly Sims, the model, also has a daughter named Scarlett. This was in the top 1,000 girl names a few times in the 40s and 60s. Re-entered the top 1,000 in 1992 and has been in the top 100 girl names since 2011. Not surprisingly, my first alternative I have for Scarlett is Scarlet with this spelling. This is again an English word referring to the dark red color. There's an actress named Scarlett Durgall. There is a character in the popular Lunar Chronicles books named Scarlett, and Miss Scarlet with this spelling is the name of one of the characters from the game Clue. That was my favorite game as a little girl. I still love it. Scarlet Overkill is the name of one of the Minions in the popular Minions movie. Sylvester Stallone and Melanie Chisholm from the Spice Girls both have daughters named Scarlett with this spelling. This first entered the top 1,000 girl names in 2006 and is now ranked at 390. And I think someone who likes Scarlett with the two T's might like Scarlett with this spelling, again because they have the same sound, however it has maybe better positive associations with it. My next Scarlett alternative I have is Garnet. This is an English name that refers to the red gemstone or the deep red color. There is an actress named Bathsheba Garnet. I think that is such a cool name. And there is a character in the animated series Steven's Universe called Garnet. Garnet Linden is the main character in the Newbery Award-winning book Thimble Summer. I remember reading that in elementary school. And believe it or not, there was one time I had to get an outpatient surgery done, and one of my nurses was named Garnet. My nurses were named January and Garnet. They both had unusual names. It was one of the weirdest experiences ever. And something that's nice about Garnet is that I do think this name would work equally well on a boy and a girl. This was in the top 1,000 girl names through the year 1944, but has not been since then. And I think someone who likes Scarlet might like Garnet because they have similar sounds and are both shades of red. And my last Scarlet alternative I have is Velvet. This is of course an English name that refers to the type of fabric or refers to something that feels like the fabric as well. I associate this with the adorable story The Velveteen Rabbit. Velvet Brown is the name of the character played by Elizabeth Taylor in the movie National Velvet, and Velvet Underground is the name of a band. I went to 3 different school districts when I was in K through 12, and every single school I went to had at least one Velvet, believe it or not, even though it's never really been a popular name. This was in the top 1,000 girl names 4 years in the 60s, but is not currently, and I think someone who likes Scarlet might like Velvet because they're both 2-syllable word names that end in E-T. At number 29 in the year 2014 was the name Layla with this spelling. This is an English form of Layla spelled L-E-I-L-A, which means dark. A lot of times when I ask people how they ended up choosing the name Layla with this spelling, they reference the Eric Clapton song that is called Layla Spelled This Way. Layla Miller is the name of one of the Marvel Comics characters. There is a model/wrestler named Layla L. There is a famous Persian love story called Layla and Majnun. I also think this spelling is being used quite a bit because it is kind of like an alternative to Kayla, which is still a top 100 girl name but is definitely going down in popularity. I actually have a friend named Layla. She spells her name L-E-I-L-A. She has one parent that's Arabic and one parent that is Hawaiian, and I like that it has the Lay spelled L-E-I flower association with that particular spelling. This entered the top 1,000 girl names in 1972 and has been in the top 100 girl names since 2007. My first Layla alternative I have is Leela. This is a Sanskrit name that means play. I really like that. This is the name of one of the main characters in Futurama. I definitely think most people will associate it with that. There is a singer named Leela James, and Leela is the name of a Doctor Who character as well, and there is an actress named Leela Sabasta. I think someone who likes Layla might like Leela for that very similar look and sound. My next Layla alternative I have is Lila. This is an Arabic name that means night. This name can also be pronounced Lila and is actually the word for purple in German. I really love that. I have known a few little Lilas. It is rising in popularity right now, and something I really love about this name is that when I worked at daycares, if there was a Lila around, little babies who could start talking could say Lila, and it was just about the cutest thing ever. There is a 2015 film called Lila and Eve where Lila is played by the wonderful actress Viola Davis. There is a country singer named Lila McCann. Lila Rose is the founder of a pro-life group, very inspiring woman, and Charlie Brown's crush. It's also the name of Arnold's crush in the show Hey Arnold. There are also several celebrity babies with this name, including the daughter of Kate Moss. This left the top 1,000 girl names in 1982, re-entered in 1998, and is now ranked at 183. And I think someone who likes Layla might like Lila for that similar look and sound. And my last Layla alternative I have is Leilani. This is a Hawaiian name meaning flower heaven. I really love that. There is an English model named Leilani Downing and a race car driver named Leilani Munter. This is a name that I have actually seen on people of all ethnicities. So in case someone thinks you have to be Hawaiian to use it, I definitely don't agree with that, and I don't think other people do as well, since they are using it. This entered the top 1,000 girl names in 1937 and is now ranked at its highest ranking ever at 218. And I think someone who likes Layla might like Leilani because Leilani could go by Layla as a nickname. At number 28 in the year 2014 was the name Hannah or Hannah. This is the English form of the Hebrew Hannah, spelled C-H-A-N-N-A-H, which means grace, really great meaning. I really love the biblical association with this name. Hannah is the mother of Samuel, and she prays and prays and prays for a son because she's unable to have one, and she promises that if God blesses her with a son, she will dedicate him to the Lord. And I have heard many people mention that story when they choose the names Hannah or Samuel for their children. I've personally had at least 3 close friends named Hannah, and I've had other friends named Hannah that weren't as close, and just loads of people I've met and classmates, acquaintances, etc. named Hannah. I associate this with the Hannah Montana show. There's an English actress named Hannah Murray. There's the Casualty actress Hannah Spirit. Hannah Simone, who is an actress from the show New Girl. There's an English actress named Hannah New, a supermodel named Hannah Davis. Dakota Fanning was actually born Hannah Dakota Fanning. There is a popular YouTuber named Hannah Hart, an Irish musician named Hannah Peel, and an actress named Hannah Taylor Gordon, who has played the Anne Frank in the miniseries as well. This has always been in the top 1,000 girl names, has been in the top 100 since 1986, and was a top 10 girl name from the years 1995 through 2007. I think this name would be really fresh and sweet as a middle name in 2016. The first Hannah alternative I have is the name Henna. This is a Finnish feminine form of Henry, which means home ruler. This is the name of a plant that is associated with the temporary hemp tattoos, and this also has roots with an Arabic word that means blessed, which I really love. There is a Finnish model named Henna, and toucanger as well. I think someone who likes Hannah might like Henna because they have a super similar sound to each other. My next Hannah alternative I have is Johanna or Johanna. This is a Latin form of the name Joanna, which means God is gracious. Wonderful meaning again. This is the name of one of the Duggar children from the Duggar family from the reality show. There's an actress named Johanna Newmarch, and actor Keith Carradine has a daughter named Sorrel Johanna. I think it's a really cool name. This spelling with the H at the end has never been in the top 1,000 girl names, but the spelling without the H has always been in the top 1,000 girl names and is now ranked at 542. I think someone who likes Hannah will like Johanna because Hannah can be a nickname for Johanna, of course. And my last Hannah alternative I have is Hadassah. This is a Hebrew name that means myrtle tree. I really like that. The biblical Hadassah later changed her name to Esther when she became queen, and that is the same Esther who the book is named after in the Bible. I definitely associate this name with my friend Amelia, who is Everything Baby Names on YouTube. This is one of her top girl names, and this name can also be spelled H-A-D-A-S-A. This first entered the top 1,000 girl names in 2007 and is now ranked at 701. I'm so excited to see that it's being used. And I think someone who likes Hannah might like Hadassah because they're both Hebrew Old Testament names that have a similar sound to each other. At number 27 in the year 2014 was the name Lily. This is an English name that refers to the flower. This is a name I've always loved. I started reading the Harry Potter books when I was about 9 years old, and so I always associated it with those, and I had always planned on using it as a middle name when I was younger. It doesn't work with my last name and it's just become so popular I can't really consider it, but I totally get why this name is so popular. There are several celebrities with this name right now, including actress Lily James, who was in the recent Cinderella and is also in Downton Abbey, Lily Collins, who is the daughter of singer Phil Collins, Lily Rabe, who is from the show American Horror Story, comedian Lily Tomlin, actress slash model Lily Cole, Victoria's Secret model Lily Aldridge, singer Lily Allen, British model Lily Donaldson, and again I do associate this with the Harry Potter books, and Harry and his wife at the end of that series name their daughter Lily Luna. I think that's really cool. Lily Owen is the name of the main character from the book The Secret Life of Bees, which was made into a film where Dakota Fanning played the lead in that. There are loads of celebrity babies with this name, and including the daughter of Kate Beckinsale, the daughter of actor Greg Kinnear, and Johnny Depp has a daughter named Lily Rose. This has always been in the top 1,000 girl names and has been in the top 100 since 2002. I do think this would make a wonderful middle name. My first Lily alternative I have is posy. This is an English word that refers to a bouquet of flowers, which I love so much. Posy is the name of one of the 3 daughters from the Ballet Shoes series. Her name is Posy Fossil and her sisters are Pauline and Petrova. I think that is so adorable. There is a minor Hunger Games character from those books called Posy, and this name is often used as a nickname for Josephine as well. I think someone who likes Lily might like Posy because they're both 4-letter flower names that end in Y. My next Lily alternative I have is Lile or Leela. This is the Irish form of the word lily, and it is extremely rare. I couldn't find basically any associations with it, but I've always thought this name was just absolutely stunning and would make a great Lily alternative because they have a similar sound and look and have the same meaning. And my last Lily alternative I have is Lilac. This is an English name referring to the flower and the color. Actor Stephen Moyer has a daughter named Lilac, and this is the name of one of the characters in the book These Broken Stars. When my youngest little girl was born, I bought her a doll that I called Lilac, and we moved a few times since then, and so that doll got packed up, and she recently found her all on her own. She hadn't seen her since she was a newborn, and now she's 18 months old, and I told her that that was Lilac, and she's been going around saying Lilac, and it's the cutest thing ever, so it makes me love this name that much more. And I think someone who likes Lily might like Lilac because they're both flower names, they have a similar sound, and Lilac could even go by Lily as a nickname. And my last name for this video at 26 in the year 2014 is the name Brooklyn. This is an English name that comes from the Dutch name meaning broken land. This is of course associated with the city in New York. I actually have an uncle that lives in Brooklyn, New York. There is a famous model slash actress named Brooklyn Decker. There are 2 different child actresses with this name right now, Brooklyn Prohl and Brooklyn Ray Siltzer. There is a film that is really popular and winning lots of awards right now called Brooklyn that stars Saoirse Ronan, my favorite actress, as the main character. And I actually like this name a bit better for boys. David Beckham and Victoria Beckham have a son named Brooklyn, and he kind of makes me like that on boys a little bit. This first entered the top 1,000 girl names in 1990 and has been in the top 100 since 2005. My first Brooklyn alternative I have is Brialyn. This is a Welsh name that means primrose. I love that meaning so much. There is a journalist named Brialyn Hopper, but it is otherwise really rare, and I think this name would be a great name to honor a Brian or an Alan as well. And I think someone who likes Brooklyn might like Brialyn because of that similar look and sound. My next Brooklyn alternative I have is Rosalind. This is an English variant of the name Rosalinda, which means rose beauty or beautiful rose. I really love that. There was a popular 80s actress named Rosalind Landor, and this is the name of a David Bowie song as well. There is a beautiful actress named Rosalind Sanchez, and there is a character in the popular TV show True Blood named Rosalind as well. I've mentioned it in some of my other girl name videos, but names ending in LYN are extremely in right now, and Rosalind definitely fits in with that trend really well. Rosalind was in the top 1,000 girl names most years from 1903 through 1984 and re-entered in 2014 at 985. And I think someone who likes Brooklyn might like Rosalind because they both end in L-Y-N and their first syllable are both nature related. And my last Brooklyn alternative I have is Bronwyn. This is a Welsh name that means fair-breasted. This is the name of a character from the novel How Green Was My Valley, and this is also a Welsh mythological name. I love this name so much. I usually see it spelled W-Y-N, however, since it is a Welsh name, that would make it a masculine name, and I think this name is absolutely lovely, and I think someone who likes Brooklyn might like Bronwyn for that similar look and sound. That is it for this video. Please let me know what your favorites were of the alternatives I listed in the comments below, and any other alternatives you love for these names, and thank you so much for watching. Bye!